There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nathan Williams. This is the Developer Insight call for the AiMM suite. The AiMM suite includes Arrow, Red Light, Green Light, and Market Makers Trend, all the softwares. This call happens twice a week, Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, to talk about all things Arrow, Red Light, Green Light, Market Maker, whether it is helping you get set up, answering general questions, how to use, you name it. All right. So if you are new to the call, please let us know if you need help getting set up, or if you just have general questions, fire away in the chat. I know people are excited about version 2.0 of Market Maker, so we are here to answer many questions and help people get set up. Let's take a look. All right, so with the new version, would you recommend using on prop firms? No, I still don't. I've already told people before, I will never recommend using the product on a prop firm until we have a prop firm that has a partnership agreement stating that they will not deactivate customers using the software. That is the only time that I will ever approve Market Maker to run on any prop firm, is when we have a signed agreement with that prop firm. All right. I have KLT Forex now for my EA. Do I get another terminal for FTMO account? If you have Trap, if you have Silver Pass and you can get two softwares, then what you do is on one MT4 you put Market Maker on, and then on another MT4 you put Market Maker on, and then you just log into the KLT Forex account on one terminal, and on the other terminal you log in the other. So you have to have two, but if you don't, you have to be paying for two as well. All right. David Burrell asked, "What are the funny papers?" Great question. So the funny papers here in the United States are the comics, as we call them. They are in the newspaper. There's a section where people where they write cartoons and make funny cartoon skits in the papers. My grandfather calls those the funny papers, and so he used to always say, "See you in the funny papers." So that's something that I just picked up from my grandfather. All right. I don't answer any questions about LeBron, so I ain't talking about that. Does US 30 go live with version 2? That's what I said when I announced it. So not really sure about that question. If we want to run both DAX and US 30 on the same account, do we need to run on two terminals? No. Please watch the video. I'll walk you through exactly how to set it up. All you have to do is open up two separate charts. One DAX chart, one US 30 chart. And then when you put the software, matter of fact, let's go look at it and do it so I can walk you guys exactly how to do it. All right. Let me open up my terminal here. Let me open up my chart. Hold on real quick. Let me remove the EAs so that I can walk you through this at the same time. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna share my screen and we'll go through this here so you guys can see this here. All right. This is not rocket science, guys. I've made it. It's the simplest EA you ever use because everything is optimized for you utilizing machine learning algorithms. All right. Everything is optimized for you. All right. So here I am on the charts. All right. I'm in the MV demo account. And let me close both of these here. All right. First thing you want to do, we're on the same account. First thing you want to do is make sure that you have your indexes selected. So you want to go to View, Symbols. All right. You want to come down here and find either mini or indexes, depending on your account size. If you have a $10,000 account, all right, $10,000 account or more, use regular, DAX, and US 30. If you have an account less than 10,000, use the minis, DAX or US 30. To make sure you have access to these, you double click on this icon until it turns gold. It's turned off now. So you see here, that was DAX mini. You see here on the mini, I only have a US 30 mini. So if I go back here to View, Symbols, and I double click DAX mini, now when I go to this icon right here, this green plus sign, this allows you to create a new chart. I go to mini, now you see I have both. All right. So this account, this demo account here is, what size account is this? 97,000. All right. So I can clearly use the regular DAX. If you have 10,000 or more, please use the regular because of the amount of fees that the minis use. They take up a lot more on the fees. All right. You're still profitable, but those fees do eat into your profits a little bit more on the minis just because the mini contracts are not as large. And this really is only seen on small accounts. When you get to the point where you got 2, 3, 4, 5 grand, it doesn't really matter if you're on mini or regular. All right. But when you start having those little small $100, $500, $200 accounts, that's when you start to see that the fees eat into it. So first thing you do is indexes, got a DAX chart up, and next I pull up US 30. All right. So I got both charts. You can see them both down here in this bottom left-hand corner. Got the tabs for both of them. Again, it doesn't matter what time frame you have it on because it's automatically going to take trades on the minute one. So if you want to see your trades, just click on M1 right here so that you can actually see exactly when the trades get in. So, all right. So that's M1 right there. All right. Now, US 30, I would like to see the trades. I like to see them. That's just me. Doesn't really matter though. So there it is. All right. All right. So now that you have that here, now you want to click on the gold folder with the gold star. That's your navigator. You want to come over here, select expert advisors, open that up. You have the EA, you have the indicator. Now, when you put the indicator on the chart, all right, it'll tell you US 30 market maker buy. So it tells you that we're in a buy trend as of right now. All right. And you'll see this. All right. You'll see it says buy here. You got this right here, the moving average, 200 moving average. This is an EA, but this is not the EA you want. You see, it says indicator. Because of how the EA looks at its information and lets you know what is the buy, if you're in a buy trend or sell trend, it has to be EA. All right. So both are under the expert advisors tab, but I have labeled them clearly. One says indicator, one says EA. So do not put the indicator on. All right. If you want it to manually trade for you. All right. So right here, market makers trend EA. You can double click that. All right. First thing you want to do is go to the about section and verify that you are on 2.0. There we are. Market makers trend EA 2.0. All right. That's my company, FX Tycoons LLC. All right. But we're on 2.0. All right. If you don't have 2.0, you need to reboot your VPS. And you also need to go into the back office and reboot from there as well. All right. Next, under common, you want to come here and you want to make sure you have enable alerts checked, allow live trading checked, allow DLL imports checked, and allow import of external experts checked. All right. Once you got all that checked, then you can move to the inputs tab. And you can see I have removed a substantial amount of info here to make things easy for you. There should never be anyone stating what are the optimal settings, what are the best settings. Now we've optimized everything for the most part. All right. Asset to trade. This is the DAX chart. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the US 30 chart. You see here, US 30. So I need to double click this here and I need to select US 30. There is no DAX mini or US 30 mini. All right. It will look at, if you put US 30, it looks at your account size and knows about, it knows what lot size to put on for you automatically. You don't have to put a lot size in there. It automatically already knows what to do for you. So guess what? All you need to do is make sure that if your account size is over 10,000, you have it on regular US 30. If your account is under 10,000, you need to have it on US 30 mini. Same thing with DAX. That's it. Just put it on the right chart and select either US 30 or DAX. For US 30, the optimized spread is 350. We would have optimized this, but brokers are different. So that's why we optimized, or we left it open in there. 350 is the number that we found to be the best for US 30, and then for DAX, it's 200. All right. But some brokers are different and may need to have slight different variations. All right. Once that's done, next you select risk per trade. Because of the high level of accuracy now, both pairs are now trading over 80%. And because of the trend filter, you may not be in, you're not going to be in as many trades. It actually takes less trades than the old version because they're more accurate. Because of this, we've allowed for up to 2% per trade now. All right. Now, when you select that, 1% we leave it on, that's fine. You select what you want, you're good to go. Now, if you're on the prop firm cheat codes are here. All right. The risk per trade setting that we found to be the best is 0.6 for the prop firms now. So if you're going to use it on prop firms, again, I do not recommend prop firms. I already talked about that on the call a few minutes ago. But if you're going to use it on a prop firm anyway, I recommend using 0.5 per trade or 0.6 per trade. All right, 0.5 or 0.6. Now, prop firm cheat codes, prop firm mode. Turn that to true. When you turn that to true, the comments on the EA will no longer be there. So every trade the EA makes has a comment that says MMT on it. When you turn prop firm mode to true, those comments do not show anymore. So now whoever the broker or the prop firm can't see it. All right, that's number one. Number two, it will scramble or it will randomize your take profit and stop loss by 0.5%. So the take profit on US 30 is 1,000 pips. All right, which means that with a 0.5% randomization, your stop loss will never be, or your take profit will never be more than 5 pips different. So the stop loss is 500 pips, which means it can be anywhere between 505 and 495. That's it. No, I'm sorry. 502.5 and 497.5. All right, somewhere between there. And then for your take profit, it'll be between 995 and 1,005. All right, so it's gonna be around, it could be 996.3, 1,001.2, things of that nature. All right, it'll always be different to make your trades look different than everyone else's trades. All right, so those are the first two aspects that happen right there. All right, next is the custom magic number. There are 3 numbers that brokers see that make your account unique. Those 3 numbers are your account number. Every time you place a trade, that's an order. So your order number, and then your magic number, which is for your individual account. All right. Those are the 3 different numbers they see. So if everybody's using the same magic number in the back office, if everybody is using, the brokers can see that, the prop firms can see that. All right. No one has the same account number and no one has the same order number. But what prop firms and brokers can see is that, everybody's using the same magic number. Then they can track and find out that everyone is using the same strategy and have the same trades. So put a whole different number in here. It doesn't matter. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to put in. You put in some mumbo jumbo. Doesn't really matter. Just put in a custom magic number, all right, just put in a random number to make your account different than everybody else's. So now everything is separate. So now when they look up magic numbers, they can't see that, oh, this same magic number is being used all the way across 10 different accounts. That's how they can catch you quickly. Using a custom magic number helps you fly underneath the radar a lot longer. All right. Next is stealth mode. Now, stealth mode is tricky to talk about. What stealth mode does is it places, and actually let me close this out so I can explain to you exactly what it does. So with stealth mode, when you put a trade on, boom, this red line is your buy. All right, this is your entry. So let's say we're in a buy. No, we're in a sale. I'm sorry. Let's say we're in a sale because red means it didn't really matter. Trend is moving up. We're in a buy trend. All right, so the sale is a buy. All right, so it's gonna usually is gonna do something like this. All right, when you put the EA, when the EA enters into a trade, you have this middle number or middle line which shows your entry, and it's usually dotted line. All right, it's usually a dotted line. So let's go ahead and actually change this to green because usually it's a green dotted line. All right, boom. Kind of hard to see that, but that's usually what it looks like. And then you have your stop loss down here and you take profit up here, and they're usually red lines. All right. Now, what these are orders. This stop loss down here and this take profit, they are orders. They're orders to tell the broker that you want to stop at this price. All right. What market maker stealth mode does is it tracks it for you. It will never send an order to the broker. The only thing it has to send is, of course, is this order right here for your entry. It has to let you know, it has to enter into the trade. So your entry will be here. All right. Your entry will be here, but it won't show your take profit or your stop loss to the broker. They won't be able to see that. However, there will be random lines on here. I won't say random lines, but there will be lines on here like so. You have a stop loss and take profit that just show on the chart so that you can visually see it, but the brokers can't see it. It's like an indicator. It pops up an indicator of where your stop loss and take profit actually are. And then as price moves up to your TP, then your stop loss line will move up with it as well. And you'll see, of course, partials get taken out and all that. But these lines are not orders. The broker won't see these. The EA tracks it virtually so that what? That a prop firm cannot see your orders and know that you're having the same trades. It's just another way to try to make your account go incognito. All right, that is how it works. It is very experimental. Test it at your own risk. We've tested it out. Works fine. But again, I do not recommend utilizing this on prop firms. All right, as of now, until we find one that actually approves the EA. And then, of course, last but not least, your alerts, those stay the same. But as you can see, it has now been simplified and even more powerful. All right. So that is that. Let me move out here. Let's go back to answering some questions here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't answer that question fully. Let me go back. So again, to run both, you want to run both DAX and US30, which is what I recommend, and I sent out the results for. What you do is you simply come here. So this is US30. I drop this here. I change this to US30. I change my risk per trade. I change my spread to 350. Change my risk per trade to whatever I want to. Make sure I got all four of these check marked. I hit OK. Boom, boom, boom. It's on there. Auto trading is on. All right. I'm going to turn that off. I don't want to take any trades right now. Actually, it doesn't really matter because it's not going to trade right now. All right. And then next, you come to the other chart, which is DAX. You add the EA on here. Make sure everything's check marked. Inputs, you got DAX. 200 is the spread. Risk per trade or whatever you want to. You hit OK. Boom. Smiley face there on DAX. US30 here has smiley face as well. You are good to go. Both the smiley faces. You can see here, it tells you what your risk per trade is. It tells you your account balance, daily change, weekly change. monthly change, total change, also total fees. So any swap fees or commissions, it will show you there. That way you can keep track of those as well. And then it tells you the overall trend. Right now for US 30, it's in a weak sale trend, market maker weak sale trend, because the 1 hour trend is a sell, the 30-minute trend is a sell, but the 15-minute trend is a buy. All right. So all three have to say sell, or all three have to take buy before the EA will take a trade. All right. So now you can understand why the EA is not taking a trade based on the trend. You see here on DAX, same thing, same setup. It's in a strong sell right now because the 24-hour, which is the daily trend, says sell, the 1 hour trend says sell, and the 15-minute trend says sell. This is how you run both on the same account. This is what I recommend. All right. And we can go over the results to kind of explain it to you on why I recommend this. So before I do, though, I'll answer some more questions here. My dad used to say, see you in the funny papers too. Hey, that's what's up, Rona. Since we don't listen, what risk would you recommend using on a prop firm? Well, obviously you're not listening because I don't recommend prop firms, but I talked about it. If you're not gonna listen, 0.5 or 0.6 is what shows the work on staying within parameters. Although 2.0 shows options for DAX or US 30, can those options be used for DAX mini or US 30 mini? Already went over that. The only thing you need to do is if your account is less than 10,000, you need to put the software on a mini account. So if you're trading DAX, if you have less than 10,000 in your account, you need to have DAX mini chart up, US 30 mini chart up. And when you put the software on, you select DAX for your on top of your DAX mini chart, and you select US 30 on top of your US 30 mini chart. That's it. When did US 30 go live? With 2.0. Please make sure you guys are reading the announcements. It talks about that. It's one of the first things it talks about is that US 30 is now a part of 2.0. I put out a video. I put out statistics and data on it, how it performed over the year. Guys, got to take I'm not even gonna get into a rant, guys. I'm just not gonna help people out. They don't want to read and help themselves. Then it is what it is. To be sure I'm understanding this correct, since there is no equity profit protector settings, all that will be dependent on the risk per trade we select. Correct. That is correct. So the risk per trade. So I'm gonna put out a template that tells you what the settings are on the risk per trade for the profit and equity protectors. All right. I'm also going to design, actually I'm going to design a calculator, an Excel calculator everybody can use. The calculator will allow you to understand what risk to be utilizing if you have X amount of dollars. You can put $500 into the calculator and it'll tell you what risk you need to use. All right. Let me show you guys some math. All right. I talk about this often, but I'm gonna pull up a whiteboard real quick. Let me pull up a whiteboard and I will show you the math on how the equity and profit protectors work so that you understand how it all works on why some people can't use 0.1 risk on a $100 account. All right. It's just basic math. All right. And I'll create a calculator for you guys so that it can be added. So frequently asked questions page will be dropped and a calculator that shows the risk parameters as well as the profit equity protectors at each risk level. All right, give me 1 second here. Let me find this whiteboard. There we go. All right, so let me share my screen to the whiteboard. All right, so here's how it works, guys. All right, we're gonna talk about, to make it simple, we'll talk about US 30. All right, so US 30 has a 500 pip stop loss. All right, fixed, doesn't change. All right, does not change. So if I select 1% risk, let's imagine I have a 10K account. All right, that's terrible. 10K. All right, 1% of 10K is what? $100 is equal to 1%. All right. So it's going to do what? It's going to say 100 divided by 500 so $100 divided by 500 pips is equal to what? .2 lot size. So it'll put on a 0.2 lot size for you. All right. Now, a 0.2 lot size on regular US 30 is $20 per pip. So, I'm sorry. Let me back this up here. Let me back this up. There is one other piece it looks at. 100 divided by 500 times your contract size. All right. So let me teach you guys about contract size so you guys can understand how it works. All right. A mini has a contract size of 1, and then regular has a contract size of 100. Now, what this means is 0.2 mini is equal to 0.2 regular is equal to. So on US 30, usually a 0.01 lot size is $1 per pip. So a 0.2 would be $20 per pip. All right. But on a mini, it's divided by 100. Regular is at 100 times. Mini is 100th of that. So you just take $20 and you divide it by 100, or you move the decimal place over 2. So instead of it being what? Instead of it being $20, worth $20, it's worth 20 cents. That is how these mini contracts allow you to be able to trade on smaller accounts, because 20 cents times 500 pips is going to give you what? The $100. But on regular, it'll give you more. So if your account cannot handle 1% risk, all right, it'll let you know how much money you need in your account to be able to put that lot size on based on whatever contract size you're using. So this 10K account cannot handle that 1% risk on regular. So it'll tell you not enough money in the account, because 1% of 10,000 is $100. It's 10,000. To use 1% risk on 10,000, you're going to actually need to use what? Either raise your risk or go use a mini. I say 10,000 because you can actually use 10,000 on a $2, on a 2% risk. All right. But if you start going down to 0.1, it's not going to work. So hopefully you guys understand that math. All right. I'll do it one more time so you guys can understand it when it comes to a smaller one, 0.1 risk. So let's go clean this off here. All right. So we'll go US 30 still. US 30, 500. Pip stop loss. All right. This example is going to use 0.1 risk per trade. All right. Let's go with a $500 account, because everybody wants to use small accounts and have crazy low risk, which is fine. All right. But I'm going to show you what a math does not allow it to happen. All right. So $500. All right. $500. All right. Remember, 10% of 500 is 50 bucks. All right. So that means what? That means 1% is $5. And that means 0.1% risk is what? It's 50 cents. So 0.1 risk on a $500 account is 50 cents. All right. If your broker, depending on the contract size, does not have a contract size small enough for this, then it's not going to work. All right. Some prop firms, I know my Forex funds, my 0.01 lot size is 1 penny. So 1 penny times 500 pips is not 50 cents. It's going to be 500 cents. And 500 cents is actually $5. That is why that math doesn't work. Now, my prop firm, which is the only one I know that does this, I actually can put 0.001, and that is a 1/10 of a penny. So this 500 pips would be a 50 cents stop loss, but that's not most brokers. Most brokers don't do that. Most brokers have this right here, 0.01. So on a contract size of 1, 0.01 is a penny. So a penny times what? Times 500 pips is 500 pennies, which is $5. That is why that does not work when you want 0.1% per risk per trade. All right. Well, hopefully that math makes sense to you guys. All right. The EA is designed to let you know you don't have enough money in your account to run risk that low. All right. When did US 30 go live? I am new. Well, we already talked about that. I'm not worried about that no more. Can we run US 30 mini? Yes, we've already gone over that. If you're getting on late, guys, we've already gone over that. US 30 mini, we've already talked about that. You just put US 30 mini on, and you select US 30 as the pair you're trying to trade with the EA. All right. For those who got on the call on time, I'm not going to continue to repeat old stuff. Just make sure we get some of these new questions answered. I'm down 5K in my prop firm from like last Wednesday. Every day has been a loser. Even today was another $1,000 down. So what should I put the risk to? I've only got $25 left before my account is blown. First of all, I don't recommend using prop firms. I've been saying that. So I won't even answer that question because I've been telling you guys not to use prop firms. I've already gone over the risk. The risk is either 0.5 or 0.6 with version 2. For those who are not going to listen to me, that's all I'm going to talk about. When it comes to prop firms, I'll tell you exactly how the prop firm settings work. And I'll tell you what risk to use based on the back test, the historical back test that shows it will stay in parameters. Outside of that, I am not helping you with your prop firms because I've told you, do not use the software on this as day one for many reasons. All right? For many, 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 many reasons. So that is all I can do to help you out. On average, about how many total trades, the results, Ryan, tell you exactly how many trades. So if we go look at it, here is the baseline. Here is the baseline for running, hold on, it's not it. 1%, here we go. Here's the baseline. This is the baseline on the back test. This new back test is another one I thought would be easier for people to read. Most people couldn't understand the old back tests. So we have this new model that we could do a lot more with. So this is running on 1%, both US 30 and DAX, both of them at 1%. All right. If I don't say split them up and it's 0.5, 0.5, when I said 1% risk combined, all it meant was US 30 and DAX are combined to trade on the same account. Both have 1% risk. All right. Now, you can see here what? There was a total number of 547 trades in what? In January, February, March, April, May, June, and then, of course, one day in July, which is just past Friday. So you can do the math. 547 divided by 6 months for the most part. From 6 months, that's about 90 trades a month. That's about, you take 90, that's a little more than 90. Yeah, it's about 90 trades, that 91 trades a month. You take 91, you divide it by 4. That tells you, about 22, almost 23 trades a week. All right. It tells you right here, number of trades. Everything we put out is to give you enough information for you here. All right. Drawdown. It tells you dollar in drawdown, and the percentage, 5.58 drawdown. All right. Winning percentage, 84.64 win rate. Profit factor, 2.49. If you don't know what a profit factor is, a profit factor means for every dollar I lose, how much do I make? So for every dollar I lost, I made $2.49. All right. Down here, you can see stuff like max consecutive wins with this 1% per risk for the last 6 months, plus that 1 day in July, you had 39 maximum consecutive wins. You had 6 maximum consecutive losses. All right. And you can see here, all months were profitable. We put in the settings, and this is where the beautiful thing came from with optimizing the equity protectors and the profit protectors, is that when we put in the defaults, there were losing months. There were 2 losing months. February was losing month, July was losing month, and then all the other months were profitable, but they had lower profits. When we found the optimized number, every month was positive. The crazy thing was June was a $779 losing month. Now you can see it's $10,000. It's a $10,000 winning month, $10,500 on this back test here using the optimized results. All right. So we use that same formula for optimized results to cascade across all risk per trades to make sure that you stay in line with what we've seen has been profitable every month. All right. Does that mean you're going to be profitable every day, every week? No. But had he ran this all year, we have been profitable every month. That's the goal. Is look at the overall, not looking at every trade or every day. All right. Or every week. All right. Why are you not getting any notifications for your trades? I don't know. If you're not getting, it may not get trades. This software, the new version, does not trade as often as the old software. So there might be a day or two you don't get trades on US 30 or on DAX or both. All right. If you don't get any notifications for trades and you have everything set up correctly, there was no entries. Do I need to buy additional software if I'm on the same account number and I open up the DAX mini and US 30 mini chart windows? No, I just went over that. Same account, I had both running. MMT opened 5 trades today on version 2.0. 4 of them hit stop loss already. 1 is hanging peculiar. What broker are you using, Demir? Because everybody in the chat it made up all their losses from last week and then some. So not really sure what broker you're on, or if you're just in here spamming a group with some nonsense, because nobody in the group today has lost a trade or has lost money today. So I haven't seen it at all. So for you to say that here and not to say that in the chat seems a little suspect. And we had a guy on last week that was doing the same thing, jumped on the call to stir up confusion. So hope you're not the type of guy, because I will kick you off. Can I even win a trade if my risk is only 2%? Is that enough room to let it breathe, or will pretty much always get stopped out? Ty, you were the same one that asked about the prop firms. So again, I gave you the risk you need to use. If you want to use 2%, that's over leveraging for a prop firm. That's all I can say, man. And can you even win a trade with 2% risk? 2% risk has nothing to do with if the trade wins or loses. All right. Demir, you're funny. You're about to get kicked off, man. It happened after we had terrible, man. Yeah. Demir, if I see another negative comment from you, I know you're just hold on real quick, guys. I got to look at something real quick. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if Demir is even in the group. Let's just check. There he is. And he says 80% accuracy. So, the funny thing is people don't understand average. If the average win rate is 84%, then guess what that means? That means out of all your trades, 84% will be winners. But guess what? That does mean that 16% can be losers. I didn't say 100%. Never said that. All right. So Demir, please let us know what broker you were on. All right, because again, the chat showing otherwise, everybody else is winning. So I don't know what broker you're on. And I don't even, let me see those trades real quick. They don't even look like trades from Market Maker, because those stop losses are too big. Market Maker stop loss is 440 pips. You got 500 pip stop losses, 480, 470. So yeah, you also need to check what version you're on, because if it just took these trades, you said just closed them out a few minutes ago. I don't even know what time these opened up here yet. I don't even know if you're using 2.0. So I'm just, please let us know what broker you're using. Should we let DAX trade Fridays with MMT 2.0? So William, it is found that trading Fridays is profitable with the new version. So if you want to stop the bot from trading Fridays, you can. It's optimized. It's coded to trade all day Sunday until 4 p.m. Eastern the next day. And then every day after that, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It trades 2:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. the next day. All right. That's what it trades. All right. Including Fridays. Jackie asked about absolute drawdown. This can't be the Jackie I know, because this is Jackie I know. She would have looked at the results already here. All right. So the new results, or the new, I should say, the new report here doesn't give, they don't talk about absolute drawdown. They only show drawdown and profit. I mean, I'm sorry, drawdown dollar signs. They don't have an absolute drawdown. Nope. So that's not a number they have. Thought I had to look that up with the other tool. Does the equity profit protector kick in per pair or overall account? The equity and profit protector are based on your account. Always. That never changed. The math was going to be confusing. Yeah, it could be a little confusing. That's why it's difficult to explain to people. That's why Nemesis is programmed to let you know you don't have enough money and how much you need to use that risk. All right. So everyone wants to try to understand, how come I can't do X, Y, Z? Because the math doesn't work that way. You can't even put on a trade manually that's equivalent to 0.01 per trade if the stop loss is 500 pips. It just doesn't exist. All right. Unless you're on a broker that allows you to use lot sizes that are 0.001. Very few out there, but there are some that are out there. That baseline number includes partials, though, right? So those partials are additional and change the numbers. I'm not really sure what you mean by the baseline includes partials. The baseline is for your equity and profit protectors. So that's anything being closed out. If stop loss is hit over and over again and you lose X amount of dollars, equity protector is hit, you're done. If partials are taken out and stop take profits are hidden, or stop losses are hidden in profit, and your account balance grows by X percentage, then equity protector hits. So it has nothing to do with partials. It's just, does your account make X amount of dollars? Stop at this percentage. Does your account lose X amount of dollars? Stop at this percentage. That is. Which broker is this data based on? Same broker that we've been talking about since day one, which is Dukascopy, who also provides the 99.9% accurate tick data that we use, which is also the same tick data that hedge funds and banks use as well from companies like Dukascopy. All right. Starting balance. If you have less than 10,000, use mini. Anything over 10,000, you can use regular. The lowest you can use is a $100 account. The minimum balance on the actual reports are all 100,000. That's always the number we use. We always use 100,000 because it's a nice round number. Do we need to change the default setting on the magic number? I already went over that. So the magic number, you put in your own magic number. I talked about that in the video earlier. All right. So you put in your own magic number. The magic, people getting on late. All right. The magic number is a different number so that brokers can't see that you're using the same magic number. That's how they can find you. If they see that 20 people are using the same magic number, that means they're assuming it's coming from the same person, copy trading. If everybody has a different magic number, it makes your account look separate. Do both pairs run at the same time? Yes, they run at the same time. Very rarely, not very, you'll see there are very less trades taken with this compared to the last one. All right, so I lost 4-2. With Ty, you use a, so Demir using key to markets. Yep, the key to markets isn't really, key to markets, I'll check on that one. They aren't, they haven't been performing very well lately. Actually, some of the leaders aren't even using key to markets anymore, so you may want to reach out to your upline. And then second of all, if I remember correctly, I did recommend not to run the bot today. Of course, people did it anyway, so don't know what to tell you. On that aspect, you know, recommendations are put out for a reason. If a recommendation is put out, guys, and you decide to go against that recommendation, you have to take accountability for that. Don't blame the software, all right? The recommendation is put out for a reason. There's less volume in the market today. And because there's less volume in the market today, the market does not move in the same manner. That is why it was recommended not to run the bot today, because of the American holiday. And DAX gets a lot of its volume also during New York session. And DAX does run London session and New York session. So again, if you run the bot on prop firm accounts that are not recommended, or on days where I don't recommend it for a specific reason, you take accountability. That's all I can say. Also, no, you're not going to win every day. So if you lose one day, don't complain about it. Let it run. There are people here, we talked about this last week, cried about, oh, we had a losing week. It was the second losing week in the last 10 weeks that Market Maker has been live. The second one, which means the other 8 were winners, which is why a lot of customers are up 30%, 40%, 50%, 100%, 200+%, because they've been letting it run long-term and not just looking at it day to day. But again, it was recommended not to run today. I'll leave it at that. And Ty, it was recommended not to put on a prop firm. You cannot change equity and profit protector. If you still have that access to do so, you're on the wrong version. MFF account, that's fine, Ty. My Forex fund is still what? Still a prop firm. Oh, it is Jackie. Jackie, but yeah, we got to fight Jackie. I'm about to come all the way to Philly to find you. If we run JUR and US30 on same account, are DD limits calculated together? No. As I stated in the group, if drawdown, if the equity protector for JUR is 2.5, then once that is hit, JUR will no longer trade. If US30 is 4%, then what? US30 will no longer trade. That is why we ran the reports together, so we can understand the actual metrics of how they work together in those settings. All right, guys? That's why I recommend running them together. So again, I talked about that as well. More losing trades today. That's fine. A losing day happens. But also, oh, they were on prop firm account. On prop firm account, also on a day not recommended to trade. Guys, you can't be greedy in the markets. You can't come in here thinking you're going to win every day. You can't come in here and say, oh, people ran it last night and made money. Let me turn mine on halfway through the day and try to make more money too. Not guaranteed you're going to win every trade. Some people could have made $10,000 today, lost $3,000, but guess what? They made $10,000 in the beginning of the day, lost $3,000 at the end of the day, and made $7,000 total. But if you didn't turn it on until the end of the day, when they started losing, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose too. If it's not recommended, don't run it, guys. Risk management is there for a reason, to minimize the downside. Recommendations of not running it on holidays are there. Hopefully you learn this is a hard lesson for you, and you learn not to do it next time. If you continue to do it, again, you have to take accountability for that. Corey, I'll look into that. You put in your own magic number, but enter in a different number, magic number. I'll take a look at that. That shouldn't happen. Where do we get these recommendations? You need to be actually, Ty, if you're in the market maker trend channel, if you're on this call, then you got the link from one of those channels. I put out the recommendation last night, actually yesterday, before I even put out version 2.0 about not trading on the holiday. And I put out the same recommendation when I sent out version 2.0 to not run it until tonight. So that recommendation was put out in every group, which you're in one of those groups because you're on this call and you got to get the link from that. So you have the recommendations. The AiMM announcements channel, market maker channel are the two channels you can guarantee you'll find that information from. All right. How can you contact me directly? I don't need any don't contact me directly. I don't. You're talking about prop firms and recommendations. You have access to all of that, and you know not to run prop firms. So there's not really much to really talk about. What time frame should we put on US30 on the chart? It doesn't matter. It'll trade no matter what on the proper time frame. So it doesn't matter what time frame you put it on. All right. Anybody else got any questions? Again, I'm not going to have any conversations about prop firms. I've been recommended not to use those for the longest. But I will try to guide you guys in the right direction if you're not going to listen. All right. I'm only one man. I can't sit here and take questions from everybody about the same stuff over and over again when I properly communicate to the group. So we'll kind of go from there. You're asking questions about, I'm not even going to answer those questions. Nope, not going to answer them. I don't recommend prop firms. So I explained, I'm only going to talk about the settings that have shown to work, as well as I will inform you how prop firms work and things of that nature on my calls on Fridays. But when it comes to trying to help you pass a prop firm, you will not get that help from me because I do not recommend it. When we get a prop firm that fully approves and guarantees they will not stop market maker customers from making money on prop firms, then and only then will I then work with people closely on that prop firm. All right. Because part of that job of the prop firm is once they approve it, I'm then going to run the software on the prop firm to make sure it can pass and to make sure that it trades in the proper way. All right. Outside of that, I will only give the settings. And then of course I will only talk about the new prop firm cheat code settings in the software. I'm not going to sit here and tell you and try to help you pass a prop firm when it was recommended not to use it. What are the next things you think on to get done? Not gonna worry about that. I'm focused on red light, green light now. So next we're working on is red light, green light EA. Enjoy version 2.0. Everyone's always looking forward to the next. Enjoy what you have right now, guys. Some people didn't even want 2.0. People were making enough money with the old version. They said, Nate, don't even change it. It's already working well enough. So enjoy what you guys have. Everybody's always looking for the next and new. And so one thing you guys will not get from me now is I'm not going to be giving any sneak peeks anymore, because no one cares and wants to focus on what they have. Everybody wants the new. So everything else going forward is going to be a sneak peek. I mean, there's going to be no more sneak peeks. It'll just be a surprise whenever whatever new comes out. I try to be nice, but you guys. Ty, you're asking that question in a manner that to help you out with a prop firm. So I'm not answering it. It has nothing to do with stop loss. It has to do with you not listening and running the prop firm and running the software on a holiday. If you go look in the chat, if you got links from the support group, go into the market maker chat and you'll see almost everybody in there is a winner today. It has nothing to do with stopped out on the risk. That has nothing to do with your stop loss and take profit. That's only your risk per trade. 350 for US 30, correct. John, I don't know why either, man. People continue to ask. Again, I'm no longer talking about prop firms. If you're not on a prop firm call on Friday, to get questions about there, I'm not going to help people pass prop firms because I don't recommend them. So don't even really come to me about it. I'll give the basic information to help you. If you're not going to listen to me, that's why I built it in for those who want to be hard-headed. But anyone else that tries to ask more detailed questions, I'm not going to answer because it's not recommended. And we've explained why. Any other questions, guys? Arrow, red light, green light, market maker. Anybody else need help getting set up? Questions about how it works? Nothing? All right. Well, nothing is going to happen or any additional questions. I got your screenshot. I don't need screenshots on the magic number issue. So I'll look into it. I understood what you said about it. So guys, understand I'm one man. 500 people send me messages every day. Is going to get to the point where I'm just going to stop answering all messages. All right. Leave comments in the market maker trend chat so I can go there. I've been personal, but now as we grow, there are more and more users. I cannot help everybody. I'm only one person. So I'm getting very close to the point where I'm going to have to stop answering direct messages. All right. I'm only one person and I'm not going to spend every day, especially when I put out communication and I send out videos, because most questions are not issues. The magic number, if that is the issue and I find out the issue, I'll get it fixed. Most people are asking stuff about prop firms or about information that I put into videos. I woke up this morning to over 100 direct messages. Half of them were about prop firm cheat code and US 30. Is US 30 live now? I released it and said it was live now, but I also said not to trade today. So I'm only one man, guys. I can't help everybody. You're testing on 3 brokers: Envy, IC Markets, Multibank. And I will tell you in this exact order, Multibank will have the best performance, then IC Markets, and then Envy. At least based on the latest version and the older versions, Multibank was best, then IC Markets, and then Envy. Ryan, man, I'm going to stop answering here in the chat too, because people are asking the same questions. I will answer a question, and then 3 messages later, somebody will ask the same question. So people have to learn they have to learn to read. That's why I'm coming out with the frequently asked questions. The FAQs will answer a lot of questions for people. So I'm gonna try to put that out later on this evening so you guys have that. But I don't expect people to read that either. So as you guys understand, there are hundreds of people joining Market Makers Trend every week. I can't answer everybody, guys. $500 is just as important as hundreds of thousands of dollars. All right. So it doesn't, I'm not diminishing anybody's account size. All right. Let's say that right now. Everybody's money is everybody's money. I don't need an assistant. I need people to actually listen and follow directions, Mincy. I need people to actually listen to the videos. I need people to read and get on this call. There are over almost 1,200 people in the chat, and only 60 people get on the call. That is, what is that? Let's see here. Let's do the math on that. We're gonna go do the math on that real quick here. There are 1,194 people in the group, so almost 1,200. 60 people got on the call. 60 divided by 1,194 is 0.05%. Half, what is that, 0.05? What is that? What is that? That's 5%. 5% of everybody, and that's not even everybody using Market Maker. I can tell you there's hundreds of more customers that aren't even in the chat. But of who's in the chat, only 5% got on the call. That's not taking accountability. FAQs will be out. And don't need to run it together, everybody, guys. People will learn the hard way. I've been recommending not to use prop firms from the jump. If people want to continue to be hard-headed, I should take out prop firm cheat codes, and I shouldn't even talk about, and I shouldn't have a prop firm call, and I shouldn't have the or give the settings out. I do so because I know people are hard-headed and they're not gonna listen to me, and I want to at least make sure they're being guided in the right direction. But when their account gets banned, I'm just gonna look at them and say, "Hey, I told you so." People already had their accounts banned. We talked about this last week because what? Prop firms are not here to pay you out. Prop firms are here to make money off of you losing your challenge, which means that if you found a shortcut like an EA that is profitable, then they will do what? They will make up a rule like they did last week. They made up a rule to to disqualify somebody from getting paid out. All right. It's not about prop firms, guys. It's not about me being mean or whatever the case may be. It's about me trying to protect your money. If you want to waste it and go buy a prop firm account when it's told not to, you're throwing your money into the trash. Folks still gonna ask questions with the FAQ out, which is crazy. Oh yeah, it is what it is. Just trying to help people out as much as possible. I'm just gonna stop answering questions because they, again, like I said earlier, I can answer a question, and then three messages later, somebody asks the same question. Not everyone can get on calls. Brian, I agree. But guess what? There are 2 calls a week, number 1. Number 2, all the calls are recorded. So you can go back and rewatch. Number 3, you can read in the chat to get the information. Number 4, when the FAQs come out, you can do what? You can read that. People don't even do that. There are pre-recorded videos going over the settings, going over everything. They don't do that. So don't make excuses about people can't get on the calls. People don't do anything. You have to take accountability, guys, for your money, your capital. All right. There's no such thing as a magic button. You can't just say, "Hey, Market Maker works. Let me just turn it on. And it's going to make me money." And then when it doesn't, you ask questions about it. All right. There's more than just calls. That's why I do the pre-recorded videos, the live calls like this one here, and coming out with an FAQ. It was suggested to me by the company to come out with an FAQ. I didn't want to do it because nobody gets on the calls or watches the videos. So I don't expect them to actually look at the FAQs either. That's a great question. 5% are on this call, and 4% of the people know everything. The people who don't know how it works is 1% in this chat. Yeah, it's rough, man. You know, it is what it is. You have people on YouTube saying it works on prop firms. It does. People have passed. That's not the issue, Thomas. I've never said the software doesn't work on prop firms. I've said it many times. It's going to be one of the best softwares you use to pass a prop firm challenge and to keep trading it. That's not the issue. The issue is that using it on prop firms, it is so profitable and people are getting withdrawals that guess what? These prop firms are noticing that and they're banning the account. That's why I'm waiting to get a partnership with the prop firm and sign agreements stating that they will not deactivate customers using Market Maker's Trend. So that then I'll recommend it on that specific prop firm. So YouTube is right. It does work on prop firms. I showed on my call last week that I did, impromptu call. I showed on my phone, I've got over 20 certificates of people passing prop firms with the software. So does it work? Yes, very, very well. But that's not the issue. All right. All right, guys. So that's gonna bring it to the end of the call. No one's asking any pertinent questions. Hope you guys again like version 2.0. Do not look. The only updates I'll be making on 2.0 will be adding additional naming conventions. So US 30 is going to have different names on different brokers. So if yours is not trading, it says that, MMT doesn't recognize US 30, then that means most likely it's a different naming convention that we have to add into the list. So the only thing I'm going to do is fix some small minor bugs as well as update the naming conventions. So just make sure to send those to me or to let people in the chat know to send those to me or post them in the chat so I can collect them. And then from there, we'll make those small additions to US 30, to MMT 2.0. But now I'm going to start focusing my efforts on getting red light, green light EA out. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Don't ask about any sneak peeks. Don't ask when it's coming. Don't ask if it can pass prop firms. I will not be answering anything. Everyone needs to enjoy Market Maker Trend version 2.0. And if you're going to continue to trade today, make sure to trade responsibly. And I will see you guys in the funny papers.